Brown fat. The lost furnace. Tonight, you'll probably fall asleep in a room that was engineered to keep you comfortable, not too hot, not too cold, maybe 24 degrees, maybe a little warmer, and your body will accept that comfort like it's normal. But I have a question that might annoy you. What if comfort is making you weaker? Because for most of human history, this kind of comfort did not exist, and yet humans survived. They survived nights that would scare modern bodies. No heated apartments, no electric blankets, no insulated bedrooms, just darkness, wind, and cold that bites. So what changed? And what did we lose? Picture Europe 60,000 years ago. The sun drops. The temperature falls far below freezing. Wind slices through stone and open gaps. A child breathes softly beside a dying fire. No insulated walls. No central heating. No high-tech winter jackets. And still, families made it through the cold. Now, we need to be honest about what science can and cannot prove. We can't dig up ancient fat from fossils. Soft tissue doesn't survive tens of thousands of years. But bones leave clues. And those clues are unsettling. Neanderthals had compact bodies, shorter limbs, and broad barrel-like chests. Paleoanthropology links those traits to cold adaptation and heat conservation, which leads to a haunting question. If ancient humans lived in cold that harsh, what biological systems kept them alive? Modern biology gives us a possible answer. Inside your body is a type of fat that behaves nothing like the fat most people talk about. White fat stores energy. Brown fat burns energy. White fat is a warehouse. Brown fat is a furnace. And that is real biology, not motivational talk. Brown fat is packed with mitochondria. Mitochondria are the power factories inside your cells. And inside those mitochondria is a remarkable protein called UCP1. When you get cold, your nervous system can activate this mechanism. Instead of producing energy efficiently, it leaks energy as heat. It's called non-shivering thermogenesis, meaning your body can warm itself up without shaking. Does that sound strange? It should. Nature usually doesn't waste anything. But in the cold, waste becomes survival. And here's something most people never learn. You were born with a lot of brown fat. Babies can't shiver well, so brown fat is their built-in heater. It clusters around the neck, shoulders, and spine like an invisible scarf of fire. But what happens as we grow up? Most of us don't lose brown fat completely. We just stop using it. Because modern life is basically a temperature cage. From a heated home, to a heated car, to a heated office, and back again. The environment starts doing the work your biology used to do. And any system that isn't used tends to weaken. That isn't philosophy. That's physiology. Muscles shrink without resistance. Bones weaken without load. Metabolic systems change when key signals disappear. So what happens when the cold signal gets erased from your life? In the 2000s, medical imaging gave scientists a way to look inside living bodies. PET and CT scans revealed something surprising in cold conditions. Certain regions in the neck and upper chest lit up. At first, doctors thought they were tumors. They weren't. They were active brown fat, burning fuel to make heat. Adults still had it, just not all adults. And not equally. Some people showed high brown fat activity. Some people showed almost none. And that pattern wasn't random. People with more active brown fat often tended to be leaner and had better glucose control. People with less activity often had worse metabolic markers. That doesn't mean brown fat is a magic weight loss hack. The body is more complicated than that. But it suggests something provocative. Cold exposure may be an input modern bodies are missing. Now, listen carefully. I'm not telling you to suffer to prove toughness. I'm not selling hustle culture nonsense. This is about signals. Your body was not built to live in a straight line. It was built to adapt to swings. Heat and cold. Feast and famine. Movement and rest. Those swings trained your nervous system to survive. And when you remove the swings, you don't become optimized. You become fragile. And there's another layer to this story. Brown fat isn't the only character. Under certain conditions, some white fat cells can shift into beige fat. Beige fat is white fat that starts behaving more like brown fat. It burns more fuel. It produces more heat. Think of beige fat as white fat that got a wake-up call. Environment matters more than people think. People who live in colder climates or spend more time outdoors in winter often show more brown fat activity. Even seasons matter. Brown fat tends to be more active in colder months. Translation: this system responds to the world you live in. If your world never changes, your body stops preparing. And here's where people get confused. Saying, "I'm cold all the time" does not mean you're adapted to cold. Being cold because you're sleep-deprived, stressed, under-muscled, or low energy is a different thing. That's a low battery, not resilience. Cold adaptation is when the body learns to generate heat efficiently and regulate blood flow better. And most importantly, when the nervous system learns to stay calm instead of panicking. Of course, there are trade-offs. Push too hard and you can spike stress hormones. Be reckless and you can hurt yourself. Copy extreme influencers and you'll get extreme consequences. So keep it safe. Keep it boring. Boring is how you win long-term. The shock fades when you do it consistently. Day 1, cool water feels like an attack. Day 5, it feels like information. Day 7, it starts to feel normal. That's your nervous system learning. And learning is the real point of this story. Not fat, not calories, not biohacking bragging rights. Learning. Because the moment you realize your body can still adapt, you stop treating yourself like fragile glass. Civilization solves problems, then quietly creates new ones. Comfort protects us from danger. But comfort also erases training. So what can you do with this? Here's a simple 7-day experiment. Not a heroic one, not a reckless one, just a controlled signal. For the next 7 days, pick one safe way to let your body feel a little cold. Not hypothermia, not pain, just mild discomfort. Option 1, end your shower with 30 to 60 seconds of cool water. Option 2, take a brisk walk in cool air with slightly lighter layers. Option 3, lower your bedroom temperature by 1 or 2 degrees at night. Then, pay attention. Do you feel more alert? Do you sleep differently? Do your cravings change? Does your mood shift? Write it down. Don't guess. And here's a hard rule. If you have cardiovascular issues, blood pressure problems, serious medical conditions, or you're pregnant, don't do this without professional guidance. Your body is not a toy. For everyone else, the goal is not suffering. The goal is to remind your nervous system that it still knows how to adapt. Because adaptation is a skill. And like any skill, it rusts when you stop using it. Now for the final twist. Even if cold can wake up a dormant furnace, it's only half of the ancient equation. The other half is hunger. Not starvation, not disorder, just the reality that our ancestors didn't eat on a clock. They ate when food existed, and sometimes they went empty. And that empty was also a signal, one that shaped hormones, focus, patience, and how the brain values reward. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about hunger, what it does to your body, what it does to your mind, and why constant abundance might be doing to us what constant warmth already did. If you want that episode, subscribe. And if this video surprised you, comment the word furnace below. I'll pin the cleanest beginner-friendly guide to doing this safely. Because comfort feels good, but comfort, unchecked, can make you soft. And soft things break.